Good afternoon, peeps. I just ran up some stairs. Today, I'm going to talk about efficiency and fights worth having. Oop. There are fights not worth having and fights worth having. As I get older, I realize that I have a finite, limited amount of energy. And if I use it too much on stupid things, I won't have enough energy for the things that actually matter. Like my wife, my work, my cats. Yes, you guys. So, I have to limit my fights. There's really only a couple of people worth fighting with. Kids, because they're still malleable. You can still change them, especially if they're wrong is because of ignorance and not evil or malice. A lot of my former students had those. And there are some things that I'm truly sorry for. I am sorry I may never get to see the good people or the bad people that some of my students turn out to be. I'm still in contact with a couple of them, so I can still see some of them growing, hopefully to be good people. So far, mostly. The problem is that their influences are generally negative. They listen to people who are funny by stepping on other people, are funny by taking cheap shots at people who are maybe wrong, but still not bad people. And it's really easy to make fun of something different than you are. And it makes me sad that I have former students who were amazing people, but refer to other people as Karens and Chads and I hate furries and I'll kill anime and all that sort of stuff. And so I really, really hope that my past kids, like Sixten and Herman and Attila, I'm mentioning last names, so I hope I won't get in trouble. If I do, I'll take the video down. But I hope that I made some small change that made them better people. And I mean, there's other people around them that are good people that will hopefully drag them towards being good people. And those people are amazing. But at the same time, the kids don't know that they're feeding the agenda, that they're feeding hate, that they're, that they're feeding those people because they don't experience it over here. They use the words, they say them like they're a joke, and they aren't a joke. They say them like they're not dangerous. And those are fights worth fighting. Fighting with kids over here who don't understand racism and don't understand why they can't say the N-word. Kids over here who don't understand that there really are people who will kill you because you won't have sex with them. That there really are people out there who will drive a car into a crowd because they're frustrated. Because they were promised something. So that's a fight worth having. A fight worth having it to save the soul of a kid. That's a fight worth having. That's worth my energy. I sometimes get in fights with my mom's friends who are old. But old people are kind of like kids. They're not as malleable. But because they're so... A lot of them are good people who just listen to the wrong other people. And sometimes those are fights worth having because sometimes you can save somebody's soul before they die. Sometimes you can make them realize, oh, being anti-immigrant is racist. Or, oh, the facts don't support my really stupid opinion. Or, oh, I've been fed lies. What? And every now and then, one of them's a decent person who suddenly realizes, I know girls. Maybe I shouldn't be sexist. Those are fights worth having. The only other kind of fight worth having with a bigot, because most grown people who are bigots are already lost. So another fight worth having with a bigot is one where there's an audience. And the bad guys say this too. The bad guys say, oh, the only reason to keep friends with liberals is so you can beat them publicly. I fight with bigots not because I need to beat them publicly, but because younger people need to see somebody standing up to the bully. But because younger people need to see that somebody is going to challenge the bad person. And even if I don't win, and even if the bully ends up looking not bad for beating me, or even just thinking they beat me, even if they have more sick burns than I do, then having some kids see that you can't say racist, sexist things without somebody calling you out on it, without somebody saying this is wrong, we shouldn't put up with this, that's a fight worth having. And, it's not really about my personal beliefs, because my personal beliefs are known to most of you. But in general, if somebody is doing something wrong, you should stand up to them. Now, not at your own risk and not at your peril and not if you're going to lose your job or get kicked out of your house or whatever. There's reality to deal with. But if a stranger is going to say something sexist or racist or transphobic or homophobic or whatever, somebody's got to question. Somebody's got to say, hey, that's sexist. Because if they don't, everybody just starts treating it like it's normal. My new job has a guy that's sexist, and I call him out on it every time. So much so it's become a running joke for him. He's like, aha, you turned it into sexist. Like, yes I do. Because it's sexist. But I mentioned it to one other person who is not in our immediate circle. I was like, yeah, he's kind of sexist. And she's like, oh, you think? Like, everybody knows, but nobody's going to do anything about it. That's not okay. We should always question the people who are being bigoted, because they might not be bad people. They might just be used to that being okay. Maybe they grew up in a house where it was okay to make jokes about women, or it was okay to make jokes about being gay, or it was okay to, say that people who drive Fords are girls and wear makeup. And, if you want to be sexist, I will be Captain Buzzkill for you. I will come in and ruin your joke by saying, oh, what do you mean? Oh, they're women. Ah, that's hilarious. Women are weak. That's what you're saying. Woo. So, those are fights worth having. And I have less energy now than I have in a while because I'm getting up at 5 a.m. and I'm spending 3 hours on a train every day. But these are still the fights that I'm having. These are still the fights I want to have. And once I get to know my kids, my new students better, and I get them to speak English well enough to argue with me, because right now they think I'm amazing. After they can argue with me and I can tell them that they're being wrong or sexist or, whatever, then we'll fight about it then too. Because it's worth saving a soul. And I don't mean that in a weird religious way. I mean that in... Actually, I guess it's kind of religious. It's not any one particular religion. It's not saving a soul for any particular god. It's more of just a... Don't be evil, right? These are fights worth having. I think that this was a worthy video. If not, let me know. Have you had any fights worth having? I guess I'm supposed to ask you meaningful questions and then say something about subscribing or liking. Either way, you're welcome. And I don't mean that in a you should thank me. I mean that in you're welcome in my heart and on my YouTube channel. It's very nice to know most of you. I hope you are well. Beep boop.